And now for the theme tune. Forget about a theme tune!
Welcome to the Mom 8 Queens podcast, where the rule is you either love or hate, and each week we'll be setting the world to rights. Then, from a randomly generated word, we'll be finding strange stories to tell each other, all whilst having a giggle and not needing alcohol to bring our special brand of madness directly to your ears, or your eyes if you're watching us on YouTube. Full disclaimer, there will be not safe for work content and probably a strong view or two expressed, so settle in and enjoy the car crashing into a dumpster fire that is Sam and Laura.
Mate, not only
Smashed it this week.
fucking smashed it, not only was that a one-take wonder, you just whacked a little fucking ad-lib in there. Like it was nothing.
Boom!
Gonna whack that in there. Nice.
Nice.
All right,
mate. How has your week been?
I'm so tired. My week. How has my week been? My week's been all right. I tell you what, I don't know what's been going on with me this week, but on more than one occasion, and by occasion I mean day, every day is an occasion, kill me dead. I found myself in the weirdest mood, like I'm just walking around like I don't know what's, yeah. But yeah, no, it's been fine, just me being a bit weird, really.
Is it like a fun mood?
Oh yeah,
like a fun, goofy mood, like not.
Yeah.
Because I think there's two types of that mood, isn't there? There's the type of that mood where you're like, something is wrong, and I am doing this because I am incredibly worked up right now. And then there is
the goofiness.
Yeah, and then there's the goofiness that's just like, I'm in such a good mood that I'm just like, yeah.
I was a pranky goof.
Yeah, that's it.
For no reason whatsoever. I woke up like, and I didn't know why. But yeah, that's basically that. If you are watching us on YouTube, is basically how my week's been. If you're not watching, I did a weird thing with my head and made a sound effect, which you heard. You heard the sound effect because you've got ears. I'm assuming that you can hear that. It would be weird if you were listening to this and you didn't have ears.
I mean,
how's your week been, Laura?
It's been all right, actually. It's been a bit of a mixed bag again this week, but overall I am very, very, very happy this week. Although I am not happy with my past self. So I'm going to tell you a story, guys.
Brilliant. This is brilliant. Go on. Sorry.
So since the end of November, I've been like, oh yeah, I've got 2 books written now, so I just need to sort my dissertation out, and then I can, carry on finishing the editing. So Silverdale, Chronicles of Silverdale is the swashbuckling novel that I am working on, which you can find out more about at Better Late Than Novel on Instagram.
Banging handle, if ever there was.
Got to get a pun in there.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yep, it's done. It just needs editing. And then I decided I was going to change it and I was going to do it in third person, which I'm really happy about. So I did a rewrite of it, and I was like, going to smash the rewrite out. And then I just had a couple of weeks where I wasn't really working on it in a massive amount. But this week I've come to the end of it, only to find past Laura decided that the ending was future Laura's problem. Now, I don't mean as in the final climactic battle or any of that kind of stuff. Like, that is done. It's just the little tiny bit that you tack on the end where, like, everybody goes off. Yeah, the closing image is what past Laura decided was future Laura's problem.
Past Laura was like, fuck it.
Yeah. Past Laura, it seems like past Laura literally went, fuck it, and just wrote the end in massive letters and then left it. I came to it earlier and I was like, because the way I retype it is just like I have two sides of the screen, so
Yeah.
I just delete the I do like two versions of it, and then I delete one version and then retype it. So I'm just retyping everything, and then I got down to the bottom and I was like, wait, what? Wait, and it just had like I sent you a picture of it. It just had
Yeah.
like 4 bullet points that just said,
Maybe
and then
this.
at the end it just said like, maybe leave on a cliffhanger, question mark, maybe an epilogue, question mark.
I just think that's the thing is, the reason I laugh so hard is that when we were in Nano, and we were like sprinting down, getting down the first like draft of stuff, as I was getting towards the end of the transference, which is the book I wrote in Nano, I don't know what it was, but like I was struggling with a few threads or whatever. So I basically like copied and pasted my outline into the program, not the program, the fucking Word, same as
Yeah.
you, like had it next to the thing, and then was just using that, like leaning on that heavily, so that when I went back to do like go over it to do the second draft, I was like, oh, fuck you, Pass Sam. That's why I laughed so hard, because I was like, I relate to this so much. Like at the time, you're like, it's fine, done, it's done. And you get back to it, you're like, it's not done, it's not done.
I think the funniest thing is the fact that I wrote the end. The fact that I went into that document and I put the end and made it massive and was just like, yeah, it's finished, it's done now.
Not just regular font, you're like fucking bold.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like font size 60. The fucking end, mate. Done. Boom.
Because then during Nano I worked on the second book, so the second book is also written. So now I'm like, did I actually write the second book, or have I just wrote the end of the end of that? It's not
is it
actually
just
done.
one page that says Silver Deer Volume 2? The end.
That's it. Like on I hate to bring up Little Britain, but like in that Little Britain sketch where he's the writer and he just goes, wake me up before you go, and then he goes, and she sang the rest of the song right out the lyrics. That's how many pages?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is one thing you've disliked this week?
Well, do you know what? It's funny you should mention that, because it's the thing that I've disliked this week is my dog barking for no reason, and he's currently in the garden doing that. So I'm just going to stand up and bring him in so my neighbours don't like get me evicted. So while I do that, Laura, maybe you could riff, maybe you could monologue, or maybe we could edit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If you see Laura just talking at you for 30
I'll do a
seconds,
rap.
you'll know that I didn't edit it out. All right. BRBAFK.
Here's some raps for you. I've got one that I do for bills, which is I got pills I gotta take, so they keep saying CBD and fluoxetine. And I've also got, if you got problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and Rory McCann is just one.
Oh, and also quickly, while we're talking about 99 problems, Laura was very sweet on Instagram earlier this, because we often message on the DMs, and I was having a day, I can't remember why, and she basically said to me, like, is there anything I can do to help? And I said, give me a date for the dick, Laura. And she said April 1st.
Good a date as any.
Fucking hell, you. I was just like, you twat. But yes, what have I disliked this week? Well, I'm not going to disturb him because he's currently doing his self-soothing behaviour, which is where he stands predatorily, that's exactly how you pronounce that word,
Nice.
over a teddy and just softly chews one of its limbs off. So I don't want to interfere with that. Oh my god, I cannot stress to you how little sleep I had last night. Yeah, he has just been barking pretty much constantly this week for no reason. Like, oh look, it's a human, bark. Oh look, it's a car, bark. Now, don't get me wrong, He does bark at cars occasionally when he's inside the house, but it's always when it's like a stranger car.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, this is not a car from round here. Bark, 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 bark. But this week he's been like, oh, it's next door. I'm living about it! Just anything. Birds in the sky. He's going to get them. He's like, I'll fucking have you. It's like, one, you're inside, so you absolutely won't fucking have them, mate. And two, they are literally in the sky. You're not having them. So
they're in the sky, and you are these tall. These.
Yeah, so tiny. Oh, I was
Oh,
about
like
to this. Just to prove my goddamn point.
Sorry, Chase.
There's that. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's an episode of Red Dwarf where Kachansky, new Kachansky, not old Kachansky, she's like laid in bed and the pipes are making a noise and she's like going crazy because she can't sleep. And then they've been making noises in a particular pattern, and then the pattern changes, and that's what pushes her over the edge. And she's like, no, it's like nanook clunk duh, not clunk nanook, and then she starts like smashing the shit out of these pipes. That's how I felt all week, because it's just you just constantly like you can't. So yeah, I love him to pieces. His butt does stink. Always farting that one. And usually, like, he'll aim his butthole at you when he does it, which is a dick move, quite frankly.
It is a dick
I can
move.
deal with that. It's this fucking shrill. There's zero. There's nothing. There's nothing happening outside. There's nothing. There's no one. A car hasn't arrived.
How do you know? Maybe he's seeing the people in the other world. Like,
Should they fucking take him? So that's my thing. What about you, darling? What has been annoying you this week?
I have made a decision that this week, the thing that's annoyed me, I am not going to give airtime to.
Yep.
Because
Sorry, my cuddly toys.
look, guys, this is growth. This is what growth looks like. Okay, right. No, I am not going to give airtime to it. Because I'm just not. And instead, what I'm going to do is in the show notes this week, I'm going to add some resources to counteract the thing that's annoyed me. And I'm going to add some resources about some good places and some good YouTube videos you can find that talk about certain movements and things and will help people understand or be a bit more empathetic, or I would hope they would be anyway. Because I have. So, do you know what? Maybe I'll save the next bit that I was going to say, because I'll save that for the thing that I've liked this week.
Okay.
So let's give more time to things that we've liked this week. Oh, check me out, guys! I'm trying to be so positive. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god!
I don't like it.
She got like the Sunshine State. No.
No, I do like it.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I always do an American accent when I'm doing the false positivity thing, and I'm very sorry.
I'm so positive right now.
I'm so positive. Maybe I'll start doing it in like a Russian accent. Oh my god, guys. I'm like so positive right now.
I go pee pee. So that's a Trevor Noah quote. Big boy go pee pee.
My name is Catalina, but you can call me Katya. That's it.
Yeah. Oh god, yes. Love Katya. Yeah. It's okay.
So,
back.
then, what is one thing you have liked this week?
Well, I tell you what. I have rewatched yet again for the manyth time. That's the number. Manyth. Middleditch and Schwartz. That is, it's my jam. It's so good. It's so funny. You still haven't watched it.
I'm not gonna watch it, mate. It's not my jam. It's not my bag.
You haven't seen it.
It's not my bag, baby. I have seen a small clip of it, and I was like, nah, it's just not for me.
Oh, good. So for anyone that is listening, sorry, I'm wrestling with my pug because if I hold him, he won't bark. So for anyone that like hasn't seen it, doesn't know about it, it is Ben Schwartz and oh my god, what is Middleditch's name? Oh, that's embarrassing. I can't remember. Anyway, there are two actors and two comedians, and they are improvisational partners. And Middleditch and Schwartz is 3 specials on Netflix, and they are about an hour long each, and they are long form improv. And basically what they do at the beginning of the show is they come out and they ask a question and to the audience, and they get some information about it, and then they just riff off it. And each episode is just, well, I mean, amazing. But it's not like they do little sketches and stuff. Like, it's an entire show based from this person's life. Yeah, and I'm just obsessed with it. And in fact, anyone that likes it will have noticed that when Laura was asking me earlier about my being goofy, I quoted it. Goofy pranks.
Oh.
Yeah, you got some goofy pranks, goofy prankies. Yeah, yeah. So I rewatched that. Oh God, it's just he's gone. Yeah, it's brilliant and it's hilarious, and I kind of want to stop talking to you and watch it right now. That's how much I enjoy it. But I love you more, so I'm not. Oh, he's barking again.
Do you know what? Now I'm starting to think you're doing it on purpose. I don't think that's Chase. I think you're throwing your voice.
That's why I'm so tired. I learned my new skills in the witching hour.
Like when Jim and Pam learn Morse code, because Dwight asked Pam when she was going to lose a baby weight. Because I've said I won't watch Middleditch and Schwartz, you've learned how to throw your voice.
Yes. Very impressive, is it not? So it's either that or it's I just let him go when it's your time to talk.
Wow. Is there anything else you've liked this week?
No, don't think so. No. What about you, babes? What have you liked this week?
I've liked a lot this week.
Yeah, I've liked a lot, to be fair, but
I've liked a lot, and I'm going to talk about them all for the next hour. So settle in, guys.
I still edit it, but okay.
Settle in, guys. So no, I've done a lot of TV watching this week. All the usual things, like Drag Race is the big one that I absolutely love, and I'm in love with Lawrence Chaney. I think he's amazing, and I will not hear a bad word said about him. Lawrence, I can't do it. Go on.
I'm listening.
I can't do a good Scottish accent, so I can't do the impression that Rue always does. But yeah, Lawrence Chaney is amazing.
Scottish accent? I can, but I'm too tired. Scottish. I can do a Peasley accent.
Right, for those who can't see.
I'm wrestling with Sam.
Sam is currently wrestling with Chase, who is looking like he wants to talk on the microphone. Chase. He's now looking down the camera at me. You need to go to YouTube and watch it to see him. It's very cute.
Yeah, he's cute. Well,
he's cute, but he's being annoying.
Yeah, he's being a little prick. I'm so sorry. Please continue with your things that you like while I hug my Chase into submission.
So I think the thing that I've liked the most this week is I have done some, I wouldn't say internal growth. Like, it's not like I've not got a yeast infection. That's not.
I've got vaginosis.
That's the thing I'm most happy about this week. I'm going to be the new sponsor of
oh my god,
all your favourite yeast creams. I got a modelling contract. They were like, she'll do. Ladies and gentlemen, I appear to have killed Sam.
Sorry, please continue to tell me about growth.
So I tend to get very frustrated with I've spoken before about like how I don't understand the popularity thing. I don't tend to understand how people can like act different but like two different ways, because I'm very much what you see is what you get. So if I don't like you, you will know that I'm not like your biggest fan or whatever. So stuff like that frustrates me, and it gets very hard for me sometimes, because I am generally, in my experience, because I am more outspoken, because I am louder, because I am bigger, and by bigger I mean I'm fatter, not as in, because I'm not tall, I'm just short, and I'm like 5'4", but I'm quite.
That never happens.
I'm quite broad, like. So because of that, because I am louder, because I'm more outspoken, because I don't take any shit, like, if I think something's wrong, I will step up and say that I think it's wrong. It generally tends to be thought of that I am the aggressor. That has been my thing throughout my whole life. Like, way back in primary school, I can remember things happening. And it is very, very rare that I will ever start something. It's very, very rare that I will be the sort of perpetrator of a situation, but you can guarantee that when I'm in that situation, I am not going to back down, and I'm not going to be.
She's gonna finish it.
Flattened, yeah. I don't start shit, but I'm gonna finish it. Like.
That's me. That's my motto.
This week, I found the power in walking away from an argument, and I have also found the power in giving people just enough rope to hang themselves with.
Yes, babe.
It's taken me a long time, but I think I'm starting to realise that if I can see it, other people can see it as well. And it's not the onus isn't on me to prove that somebody's doing something or make it so obvious. The thing is that sometimes if people see it, they probably aren't doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So the problem isn't just that they're not seeing it. The problem is they're ignoring it.
Yeah.
And so this week I have sort of found that sort of strength in myself to be like, there's a lot of power in walking away from an argument. There's a lot of power in just ignoring stuff. There's a lot of power in not engaging with things, and there's also a lot of power in giving people just enough rope to hang themselves with, because unfortunately this is not a sort of alternate reality. This is not a world where superheroes actually exist, and I can't be the badass supervillain that I would like to be. And punching first and asking questions later is not an option. Taking people down superhero style is not an option. So you need to come up with more realistic versions of what gives you power, and those things give you power. And it's taken me a long time to get there, and I think that's because I spend a lot of time in fiction, because I've always spent a lot of time in fiction because it's easier to be there, and there's a lot of empowerment in a lot of fiction, especially in stuff like if you take something like the Marvel universe, where it's like superheroes and they are taking down the bad guys.
Oh, left, right, and centre, mate. Bang, bang, bang.
Or they're taking down systematic structures that are corrupted and and the reality is you can't do that in reality. So there's other ways to find power, and it's just taken me a long time to find that power, but this week I found it, and this week that was the thing that I really, really liked.
Yes, mate. I am exceedingly proud of you. Please don't let the struggling pug on my lap diminish that. I learned through working in bars and restaurants and stuff about killing people with kindness.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favourite things to do. I sent Laura a meme this week from Parks and Rec. Oh, there it is. And it's Mr. Havishford. Oh my God, I'm so tired. And he's like, I always tell people to take the high road. So I never take the high road, but I tell them to take the high road. So there's more room for me on the low road. And I was like, the trick is make the low road look so good it looks like you're on the high road. Killing them with kindness is a perfect example of this. But yeah, no, I'm a big believer in like let them hang their own ass out.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not me being like, turn a blind eye to injustice and bigotry and racism and all the, like, isms in the world. You know, no. If someone is actively harming or hurting someone, whether that is physically, verbally, mentally, whatever, and you have the power and the ability to do something about it, then, like, do something about it.
Oh, yeah.
But talking more about kind of, like,
it's what we're talking about is not, it's not somebody being rude to somebody in it's not somebody being racist to somebody on a tram where you should step, like, if you believe, like, that is something I would always step in and be like, what the fuck are you playing at, mate? But we're talking about, like, the sly stuff, the stuff that is made to can look either way, and you know what's going on, but you're worried that other people don't know what's going on. And the biggest, I think the thing where I've seen it happen the most is Netflix documentaries are quite good at this. Now, there are some Netflix documentaries that really wind me up, but a lot of Netflix documentaries are really good at being like, we're going to give them just enough rope so that the people that are the perpetrators or the people that are the terrible people, we're going to give them just enough rope so they hang themselves.
Yes, Louis Theroux style.
Yeah, like I said, it's taken me a long time to get there, but now I'm at that point where I'm like, that is the power that I have, because I am smart enough to give people that rope, and I just hadn't realised that up until now. So
yes. I would just like to, very quickly, before we get into
Word of the Week.
Thank you. I would just like to very quickly address that, I know I've already said this, but I can't stress enough how exhausted I am. Like,
you really are. It's a miracle she's doing this podcast, to be honest.
I am wearing a hat because I haven't washed my hair. Last week I wore it as a style choice, and this week I'm wearing it as a necessity.
But nobody would have known that. You've just done a me and drawn a red ring around it.
I'm doing it on purpose. All right, I'm doing it with forethought or some thought. I just realised I still have my eyes closed. It feels real nice. I'm going to open them up. I had very little sleep. I suppose I could have included this in the things I've not enjoyed this week. I had night terrors. Oh, that yawn was in a perfect place for all the listeners to go, oh, poor Sam. Yes, poor Sam. No, I'm joking. It's something I've like suffered with for a long time. It's part of CPTSD, and it's because I was writing an article about some pretty harrowing stuff, and clearly my brain was like, well, not only shall we make you think about this in your waking hours, but you get to experience it while you're sleeping as well. So I've had very, very, very little sleep, so I am exhausted and scattier than usual, if you will. That's why I'm so tired. Just in case anyone was like, oh yeah, she got the dick. That's why she said she didn't.
Someday the dick will come. What was the other one? I got peed. I got a ride. Just don't stick it in my behind.
Oh, not that this is a disclaimer, not that this show is against in any way anal sex. It's just that clearly Laura needed a rhyme, that rhymed, and also it's everyone's own personal preference and choice. We just don't want you to think that we are anti.
I'm not prude, stick it where you want, but as long as you've got consent to.
Yeah. Hide my hair and not what am I doing? Yeah.
Do what you want with it as long as you've got consent to.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe don't put it in a wrench.
Don't put it in a wrench. Yeah. And let's just remember that, like, you know, consent comes with age. Anyway.
Yes. There's also that.
Back to stuff.
Okay. Let's get to our word of the week.
Yeah.
Word of the week.
Hey,
Word of the week.
I like that.
Word of the week. We're gonna get sued by RuPaul now.
That's why I like it. I recognised it. That bitch will come for you as well.
That was my parody of To the Moon by RuPaul. Please don't sue us, RuPaul. I have no money, and Sam has no money either. And
Got bills.
we got pills. We got.
Oh God! Yes, the word of the week was voyage.
Voyage.
Okay. Yeah.
And I didn't do Star Trek.
What? Oh, I'm not gonna lie, mate. When I close my eyes, I've been imagining that edit screen with the split footage. Me just being like, I'm doing it again. Open your eyes.
We will now follow Sam as she voyages into the dream world.
I just keep blinking and then being like, it's nice here. I think I'll stay for a while. But yeah, no, I had images in my head of I'm just gonna split this footage and just whoop, yank Kirk out.
Do you know what though? I will actually say this, and I know I mention Star Trek all the time. I actually caught a later episode than where I am in the series. I caught the end of one on the Horror Channel this week, and it's from like season 3. Yeah, there's a channel called the Horror Channel.
I just don't know why Star Trek's on there. Because
it's sci-fi in it, so they have like sort of not horror, sort of sci-fi stuff on during the day.
All right. That's what I suppose otherwise it'd be fucked.
It's a bit anyway. So it was it's much later. It was like a season 3 episode, and I'm still on season 1. And yeah, I get what you mean about Kirk chewing the scenery now, because not only did William Shatner get really fat and was no longer hot Kirk,
sweaty Kirk face.
he got incredibly sweaty, and he was chewing the scenery. And when I said that to Dave was like, well, that's what a diet of cocaine and burgers will do to you. And I was like, wow.
Burgers.
Spock was still hot. McCoy was still hot.
Still wanted to bones the bones.
I still bones the bones.
Yeah. Do you ever, just slightly as a tangent, because I'm tired, don't know if I mentioned it. Do you ever, when you're watching stuff and there is a character that you really like, just scream at the screen, get inside me?
Yeah.
Thank God. I honestly...
Sometimes I watch things and I'm like, if I was on that crew, I would be a whore. Like, I would be, they would be like, you feeling a bit frustrated? If you go to Laura, she'll sort you out. And I would be like, I will sort you out.
After I watch Lord of the Rings, I'm just like, get inside me, Aragorn! Yeah. I haven't showed it to Miles yet.
What, you saying get inside me to Aragorn?
Lord of the Rings. He's not seen it yet. And I should, I mean, we have a very open relationship. Very honest and transparent, but I still don't think me screaming "Get inside me, Aragorn" next to my 10-year-old is appropriate.
I mean, I tend to keep these thoughts to myself when I'm watching these things, because there's somebody. Normally, there's somebody beside me, so I'm just like, Bones and Spock. That is a sandwich I would get between. That is a sandwich I would be the filling in quite happily.
I would be the delicious.
Use me.
Anyway, Voyage, what you got?
So, yes, what have I got for Voyage? Let's stop talking about wanting people to get inside us. That's not.
Yeah, I'll just.
Although,
badly while you talk.
Another thing that I really enjoyed this week was last night I had a dream about the dream gods blessed me with some Mr. McCann in my dreams, and it was a very nice dream, and I didn't want to wake up this morning, and I had to, and it really upset me.
Well, the dream gods clearly gave all of the good dreams to you and decided to
me
over.
I would say I'm very sorry about that, but that dream was like, So I'm not sorry about it at all.
I mean, rude, but also completely fair.
I mean.
All right, let's move on.
Right.
Jesus Christ, just
Let's move on.
Basement. Let's go. I knew that'd get you.
So Voyage. I looked and I found so much stuff because I was a bit worried about like finding stuff for Voyage, and then I was like, okay, so maybe I'll do something that's like I'm going to go on a voyage into the world of taxidermied butt plugs, but I didn't have to
recommend it.
No. But it does hark back to something John mentioned last week on the podcast when he's getting his shout out. He's getting his shout out.
Is he Crinnan?
Mr. Crinnan's getting his shout out.
John Crinnan.
John Crinnan.
John Crinnan.
John Crinnan. Mr. Crinnan will see you now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, right, go on.
And it's about like in uninhabited, no, they are inhabited, sorry, islands that are like cut off from society and you are not allowed to visit. And there's this story in, just give me a second and I will. The Sentinel Islands is a peace-loving tribe and has centuries of reasons to fear missionaries. And this
who doesn't?
Is in The Guardian, so it's basically like these guys have every reason to not want foreigners going on their land.
Well, we've seen enough.
Yeah.
You're all scum. Fuck off.
So they carry spears and bows and arrows, and they will like kill anyone that gets near them. They killed an American missionary on November 17th because he was like trying to stop trying. Not everybody wants to be religious. Stop trying to force God on people. They've probably got their own gods, which are much cooler than your dude that just sits in the sky and does fuck all. Like, I'm sorry. I just don't.
If God was so great, we'd all just believe in him anyway. God.
What I can't get my head around, right, is why do you, Karen, because sorry, there needs to be like a male name for Karen, because calling someone a Karen is very patriarchal. Like, it's always a thing.
Let's one real quick.
I feel like Norman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's Norman Bates. So yeah, Norman. So I don't understand why Norman from fucking America, like Bible Belt America, is like so concerned.
We've got a passport.
A tribe in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of fucking nowhere. I don't understand. I don't understand why he's got beef. Why he's like,
it's not beef.
They might not be believing in God, and it
keeps them up at night. It's like they're going to go to hell if I don't go over there and like inflict my beliefs upon them with a book, this holy book that was not in fact written by God.
This holy tome that's no. And I just on the subject, because now we've gone off on a tangent.
That's the patriarchy. Yeah.
But also, right, I'm not being funny. If things were allowed to get as out of hand today as they were back then, Lord of the Rings would be a religion. Star Wars would be a religion. Like, the MCU would be a religion. Yeah, we would be worshipping like fucking Captain America and Tony Stark. But, believe what you want, as long as you're not trying to inflict it on other people.
Yeah, that is will, as long as it does no harm.
Yeah, that's exactly it. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, you
Yeah.
can believe there's a fucking spaghetti monster in the sky if you want. You can
And I love
believe.
spaghetti. Sorry, I'm really hungry as well.
I mean, bring back the old gods is what I say. I
Yeah.
mean, Zeus, Hades,
Thor's
Persephone,
spit. Yeah.
Thor,
Yeah. Those arms, man.
Loki with his horse children.
I've been falling for 30 minutes. Sorry, I'm really on the MCU versions of the gods, and you're on the actual ones.
I was talking about the actual ones.
Yeah, sure. It's the same thing.
Same thing. I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
There's a really good, actually, while we're here as well, I will also recommend, there's a really good app called Webtoon where you can read comics that people have created. And on that, there is a comic about, it's free to go on, it's free to read. And you can, it's a bit like with Patreon, so you can pay for they call coins on there.
Yeah.
Yes, you can pay for coins on there, and then you can choose how to use your coins, so you can get early access to the new comics and stuff like that, or you can wait
That's
2
really
weeks
cool.
for them to come out or something.
Yeah.
And there's a really, really good comic on there called Lore Olympus that is
I wonder why she likes it.
about the Greek gods. It's mainly based on Hades and Persephone. Persephone.
Nice.
I don't know how you say it. Whatever.
I would say Persephone, but I don't know.
Persephone. Whichever one it is. Anyway, it's about those two, and it's done like a romance, and it's so cute. It is just, the artwork is astonishing on it, and the story is amazing, and all of the gods in it are incredible. And yeah, so just on that. But back to this guy being murdered by tribespeople.
Straight up murdered. Own fault. Not supposed
He did get told though. It says here, he's apparent murder as he tried to preach to the Sentinelese in breach of Indian law and advice that exposure to foreign pathogens could kill them. So he got told that, that him going there could kill all the people on that island, and he was just like, yeah, but at least they'll know about God, so
yeah, they'll be dead, but in heaven. Fuck off.
So in 2006, 2 men ran aground on the island and were hacked apart with axes. Police said this week their bodies were hung from bamboo poles and displayed to the ocean like scarecrows. I mean, to be honest, I'm not surprised, because it says those experienced with the Sentinelese rejects the idea they are inherently aggressive. They're a peace-loving people.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I imagine they are, but if people keep coming over, how do you warn someone? It's only if you beat a dog enough, it's going to start getting aggressive. So they're going to be like, look, if you come onto our island, this is what we're going to do to you.
Yeah,
and after what they've been through, you definitely...
Yeah.
So there was a Royal Navy commander in 1880 who went onto the island, and basically they just all died because they weren't most of them died because they aren't exposed to the same sort of pathogens and stuff that people in other countries are, and they had no defense against it.
Yeah.
And they just, it's just mad. It's just stay in your lane, mate.
Oh, I know.
What what did you find?
Oh, yeah.
Voyage.
I went on a little look for I'm not going to be able to remember the word. Oh, I've got a hair in my mouth. Glorious. Etymology? Is that the correct word?
Entomology. Is it not entomology? Etymology is something else, I think. Well, now I'm going to check because I might not be right.
Type it on the keys.
Oh, no, you are right. So etymology is the study of words, and then entomology is the branch of biology concerned with the study of insects.
Oh, well, there you go.
So etymology. You were correct. I apologise.
It's fine. To be honest, I'd have doubted me too. Now, so I just wherever, oh my God. Rewind, put your tongue back in your mouth, get your thoughts in order, and then speak the words. Okay, that wasn't out loud, right?
No, definitely not.
Cool. That's the song I was singing. I was singing a song in my head to just remind myself. So whenever we get the word of the week, the first thing I do is I just type that word into Google and have a quick look, and then I'm like, okay, what direction do I want to go? What? So this week I did it, and everything was talking about the maiden voyage, and I was like, what? Where is das maiden voyage come from? Because everyone says it, don't know, oh, it's my maiden voyage. So I had a little look, and unsurprisingly, it literally means maiden, as in, hang on, where's my glasses? As in a maiden. It says here, the first experience, as in the tennis tournament, is my maiden voyage in statewide competition. This term, originally meaning the first voyage of a ship, was first recorded in 1901, but the use of maiden to signify the first time dates from the mid-1500s. So and I did a little further digging. First time, obviously, they're referring to sex, because maidens are single women, usually virgins. I'm pretty sure there's other words for women in the 1500s that were not married and not virgins. Witches, probably. Yeah, so then from there, I was like, oh, I wonder what the origin of the word slut is.
Oh.
Yeah, so I went
because when you get deflowered, that's taking your maidenhead, isn't it?
Ugh.
Did you not know that?
So basically, the word slut, its origins are not in sexual promiscuity. Its origins are meaning messy, dishevelled. So it first appeared in Chaucer, and he references a gentleman looking sluttish, meaning that he's unkempt and not very well groomed and all that. And it's over time basically just turned into, messy, loose woman, slut.
Do you know what? There's a lot of words that have started out like that, though, that haven't meant. I'm pretty sure bitch didn't start out.
No, bitch has got some deep racist ties to it as well.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that like from bits and pieces from like modern day stuff, from watching the swearing documentary with Nicolas Cage. But yeah.
Yeah.
I know it didn't start out as being derogatory towards women, as a lot of words don't, and then men are like,
you know what we could do with this? Further oppress. Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Now all I can think of is a skit of like someone in the like 1500s with a feathered quill just going, Thomas, I have found a word we could use to further oppress the masses.
And by masses, I mean those born with or identifying as having a vagina. Yes.
Quick, let's take this to the king. He will be pleased.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that, and also I learned. I feel like maybe I relearned this because when you're like, oh, hang on, maybe I knew that. The word voyage is specific to seafaring.
Oh.
Yeah, so like an adventure is obviously any type of jaunt, journey, but a voyage is on the sea. Or oceans, maybe a large lake, definitely not puddles. Yeah.
Space.
There you go.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Yes, but to be fair, they are called space what? Ships. the ocean of the unknown. The
But I'm
vast,
really surprised.
inky, black sea of space.
I'm surprised that that maiden voyage is only as old as 1901. Because I would have thought that was like way before then.
Yeah. I wonder as well, I mean...
Pirate films have lied to me.
I would have to... Shocking. I'd have to look into it further. But I wonder if it has anything to do with... You know how men like to name cars female names?
Yeah.
And boats usually the same. I wonder if that's got anything to do with it.
Probably. I mean, they used to have the mermaids on the front, didn't they? The busty mermaids on the front.
Yeah.
And also, you're supposed to smash a bottle off a bow?
Yeah, christen it. Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if they had a reverse mermaid on the bow? So it was just like a massive cod with a fuck off vagina.
That's the boat I'm buying. That's the boat I'm buying. That's the boat I'm conquering the season, right? Yeah. I'm going to forget the black pearl.
Sorry, talking to
the Wideon. That's what I would call it.
And then in parentheses, look, it's not my fault. I've got a wide set vagina and a heavy flow.
A cod with a massive vagina and a cannon that comes out of the vagina. It's just like...
I'm sorry. The cannon comes out of the vagina and blows its load outward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Put it inwards, you'd fucking destroy the boat. Oh.
That's what happens.
There's many mothers out there that just relate way too hard to that. I'm one of them.
And people are like, that boat's a cunt. And I'm like, I know, because it's well hard. Not like a pair of testicles.
Oh,
you fucking squeeze them a little bit and somebody goes,
like
on the floor.
In a northerly direction. And they're wincing. Pound me for days and I'll be fine.
Yeah, my boat is a cunt, mate. It's well hard. Yeah. The Wideon. I love that. I'm gonna have a boat one day that's just got the Wideon on the side of it.
Until you do, can you have a t-shirt with the boat on it?
Oh my god, yes.
Right, thank you. Get your butt over.
If you draw me the boat, because you're an artist, so if you draw me the boat,
yeah.
Cod, it's got to be the cod.
Oh yeah.
It can just be the front bit of it if you want. So just the cod top half and the vagina at the bottom, and then on the side of it in the curly cursive writing.
Oh, absolutely.
The Wideon.
Yeah. Does the cod have hair? Is a question I want to know.
The cod has the flowing locks of a mermaid.
Yeah, I assumed it would. I mean, obviously. Yeah. Cool. Now I know exactly what I'm aiming at. Right. And on like that 50th tangent of the day, shall we? I'm going to do the theme tune for you. Who knows what's going to be this week? What of the week? No.
No, hang on. Keep going.
Spin the wheel of butt. Oh, I went, oh. Am I still filling for you?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
Although, I don't know if we should do this one. Staff.
Yeah, mate. Yes, we are doing that one. Staff. Yeah.
Staff.
Yeah.
So,
pass.
What you need to do... Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Well,
Sam is going to talk...
Watch the fucking films.
About Lord of the Rings next
extensively about the wizards of Middle-earth.
We've just...
Be prepared. I mean, let's be real. I've just mentioned it. Hardcore, I'm probably just going to talk about dicks for 10 minutes.
I mean, yeah, that's...
I'm trying to speak one into existence, Laura.
If I say dick enough times, will it? But you don't want just like a floating dick in there. Like...
No.
You need it
I don't just want
like...
a sentient penis.
You asked for Aragorn's penis. Here it is, flying with little angel wings. Like,
that's terrifying. I'm also
you want, like, the man attached as well.
I can't believe I haven't thought about just popping this little disclaimer in. I'm also really not interested in anyone sliding their dick pics into my DMs.
I am, but only if they're
acid and weird shapes. That's all I was interested in.
Only if I can laugh at them and share them on the podcast.
It's wrong for Laura.
Also, only if they're famous dicks.
Mm.
Dick Van Dyke. That's a dick and a dyke. I can get on board with that.
Or a lesbian, as he is more
commonly known.
What was I going to say? Dick Tracy.
So, yes. Dick Tracy.
Private Eye. I'm sorry. You didn't get it.
I did.
Private Eye. Private Eye, because he's a dick with a private eye. There you go. Now she got it.
I'm trying to get back on track right now because I know you've got to edit this, and you're like, nope, we keep talking some more about some dicks.
I'm not putting the fucking theme tune on or anything. It's going straight from here just onto YouTube. I'm not going to schedule it. I'm not doing nothing.
It's just going to be Sam going dick 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 bring me a dick.
I'm thirsty. Dick 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 dick. Yeah.
Me and Sam will be releasing our charity single, Dick.
She's thirsty. In parentheses.
Dick. She thirsty.
Yes. She's thirsty. Dick.
He says in parentheses.
Yes, and the cover will just be Dick Van Dyke, like leaning in with a glass of water, like, huh? I genuinely don't know how much of this we can use, but I'm going to have fun looking.
Now I'm going to be coming up with dick song parodies all week.
Yes, please. Count me down to the weekend for our next blog. Blog?
Blog? It's a podcast, mate.
I know, but I'm so tired.
In case you didn't know, Sam has just fallen asleep again. That's she closed her eyes, never opened them. This has all been a dream. We've all been experiencing Sam's in a dream world. That is where we are right now.
I think I've hit that point where it's like, I've had no sleep, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm awake. It's cool. I'm fine. So it's fine. Probably a good time to wrap it up.
To do what I've been trying to do for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah. That one.
So the word of the week this week is voyage. So if you've got any...
It's stuff.
Oh shit. Oh, shit. The word of the week last week was voyage. I didn't fuck up the intro, but I definitely fucked up the outro.
Oh god.
Right.
It hurts.
The word of the week this week is whatever the fuck you want it to be, so go on, do what you want. The word of the week this week is staff. So, if you've got any funny stories about staff outings, if you've got any funny stories about staffs, if you've got any funny stories about staffs as in penis, the peen, then please let us know in the comments. Tell us on social media, start a conversation with us. I mean, I know we say that we don't care, but what we mean is we don't care if you hate it. We don't care if you hate us because we're women and we're funny and we're bound to get hate at some point.
Yeah, our locus of validation is not on the outside of us. I mean, mine is. But...
Yes. No. Shh. Stop revealing secrets.
Sorry. I'm tough.
Comment on those social media channels. Let us know. We will reply. Or when I say we will reply, I mean mostly Sam does the replying on the social media because I'm a hermit.
And I'm an attention whore.
you saw how awkward. Anyone who watches our Instagram stories saw how awkward I was when I was trying to shout out Horror Hangout. I was just like, okay, this is awkward. Now I'm gonna go.
I'm just like, oh, look, it's my face looking back at me. How interesting.
I am the moon.
Sorry, go on.
Right. So remember, if you hate the podcast, don't at us. But if you loved it, do. So
Yeah.
you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under the Marmite Queens, which is MA'AIGHTQUEENS. And you can also find, because I realise we never do this, you can find me and Sam individually. Sam is...
I wasn't expecting to have to know my own Instagram handle. It's Mistress of None.
Sam is...
At Mistress of None!
Laura is... at Better Late Than Novel.
Yeah.
So come and find us, follow us, have fun with us.
Virtually,
yeah. Not.
Don't come find me and follow me in person.
I don't. Yeah.
I'll get aggressive.
Please, but we don't want that. No.
No one.
You are peasants. We are queens.
Back off, Norman. I will send you to the island.
So yes, thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed, and we hope you are continuing to enjoy our car crashing into a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I'm the dumpster fire. She's the car crash.
Definitely.
Some quick sound.
Yeah, because I'm the more like aggressive one. So it's like
that's one that's just sat here burning. Like, I don't understand.
You're that dog in that meme that's like, it's fine. This is fine.
That's me. Yeah.
I'm like.
We must say goodbye.
Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. See you later, mate.
Right,
let me stop this recording right now.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Marmite Queens, you dumpster fire garbage people. And now for the outro. You can't afford a theme tune. Definitely can't afford an outro.